the Substance Abuse Coordinator for the Community Engagement Unit at the University of the Western Cape. I actually think it's a huge problem. Violence in the sense of physical violence, emotional. There's such a lot of violence around. A recent spike amongst the abuse or sexual abuse of older siblings towards younger siblings, specifically boys towards smaller girls. And if that parent had a working day of 4 hours, where she could have been there to pick up her own child from the creche, that the older sibling would have not also been exposed to that, because you can take it both ways, because it's a teenager is busy developing, he's also just becoming aware of his body, and this small young poor girlie who's now being expelled by him. But maybe if you can take it back to that. And then also, there is a shortage of jobs in South Africa, so that it will work hand in hand. And then against young women in general, I think it's very sad that a young girl can't wear a short skirt without going out there and run the risk of being abused or being made a sexual remark against. I just think we should all be able to dress up and wear as we like, because we're all human beings in our own right. And then it's very sad also about old people. It makes me very sad when we hear about an old woman who was abused in her own house. Specifically, if you hear it happens even in rural areas, and I'm speaking now about places like even in Namakoland, where you thought there was peace and quietness, but even there these things are happening. So it is an overall problem, global problem, and I think it's not just amongst the poor, it is also amongst the rich. We all know about the Oscar trial and we all know what happened. So it is really a global problem, where I think there's such a lot of people who's being abused physically by their boyfriends. Women who's being abused by their husbands, that's a common problem. So I think it is a big problem. But I have hope, because we have a lot of good organizations. We have a lot of good NGOs who want to do something. We have a Department of Social Development who is really supportive of people who really want to commit and do something good. So I think at least there's hope. I think it's a good thing. With the 16 days of activism, at least the emphasis is placed on we must be aware of the violence and abuse against women and children in general. I think if we didn't have that, people won't take the time out to just think about it and focus on it. I definitely think a general empowerment goal would make a lot of difference, and empowerment in such a lot of ways, because people think you can just become empowered by, for example, what you know and what you don't know. But it's a whole emotional thing, and it's something that should start way back. So if we start to look at families, for example, and when babies are small and our families operate, the circumstances, that all will link for me to empowerment. Like the RDP houses, for example, if you think a child is born into a one-bedroom house is disadvantaged, you understand? And a woman is born like that, or anyone actually for that matter. So if we can even just look at the starting of those things and start to feed people from when they're little with good positive things and be positive role models, that's also part of empowerment, except for the education that we can give.